everybody, welcome to Fresh Baked Disney, the best of Disney baked fresh daily. I am your host David, and I am here solo on a solo adventure at Disneyland. And when I was trying to think of what to do today on this solo adventure, because I usually try to have some kind of plan, an itinerary of sorts, the thing I thought about, having gone or going solo is that one of the best advantages of a solo trip is that you get to let the magic winds, let those Disney winds guide you throughout your day. You have an opportunity to do that at least, and that's something that we preach every day here at Fresh Baked. It's not to have too much agenda, not to be in too much of a hurry, to try to let the park happen to you. But sometimes other people in your party get in the way. You have a big family, they all got things to do, they all got their own wins. But if you are here solo and you have your own magic win, your own Disney win, then this is a great opportunity for you to let that out and to just soak in the park any way you want. That's the best advantage for coming to the park solo. So right behind me is the entrance to Disneyland, and on that sign it says that we're going to leave our world today and enter a world of fantasy, and that's what I'm going to do. Is I'm going to try to leave all my worries behind, which there are a few. I'm human like the rest of you. There are a few that I would love to leave out here outside the gate or outside the park and go and enjoy the magic that is Disneyland, the place that I want to be most of all, more than anything. So come with me, guys. Let's go to Disneyland. And Fresh Baked, if you're ever not sure what to do when you get to the park, might I suggest just taking a moment before you even enter to read that sign and to really absorb its meaning, to try to fully understand what it is that Disney is about to do for you. We've said this before in other shows about what kind of experience Walt wanted you to have. Very much a theatrical one, very much like going to a play or a movie, but also to leave your, that's what you do. You escape. When you're going to the movies, you're escaping. It's the same thing at Disneyland. So it's something that we go often enough that we don't have to do that, or we don't do it as much as I think we should. But that is the very first thing you should do when you go through this threshold right now that we're about to. And I've experienced this 1,000 times. I don't know. It still gives me chill, right? Just knowing that, because when I leave, I have, the reality comes back, and you know how that feels. But knowing that I get to now leave that behind and go in here and experience and be at the place that takes you away, that lets you escape, but you have to let it. You have to let it, and that's what we're going to do today, guys. What I'm going to try to do as contemporaneously as possible, i.e., without a whole lot of edits, without a whole lot of agenda. I'm going to show you as best I can how it feels to let those magic winds guide you. I have some plans today, like for example, one of the things I talked about last week in our show was that I wanted to ride the Columbia this week, and I wanted to ride, I want to do that actually. Okay, and that's what we're gonna do. I wanted to ride the Columbia, and I wanted to ride the Autopia, so I'm heading to Tomorrowland first. Because the Autopia is, best to be ridden in the morning if you can help it in terms of the line. It's a very slow loading. It's not a quick mover. It doesn't go fast enough, Autopia. So if you want to try to experience that as efficiently as possible, morning is best, which you could say that for most attractions here at Disneyland. And I am literally chasing this horseless carriage. I'm chasing him down Town Square. So if you can't do it in the morning, then I recommend going in the late afternoon during dusk because it's beautiful. But we'll get to that later. First, I'm going to stalk this horseless carriage and go for a ride.
I don't know what the plaza is, but let's go.
It's the area. You know what the hub? You know what that is?
Not
Have we been to Disneyland?
This is
the area
second
in front of the
day.
castle.
Oops, sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Right in front of Tomorrowland is where I'll drive.
Oh, perfect. That's even better.
There you go. Enough about
That's
me.
where we're going
about
to.
This car, huh? Totally kidding. Welcome here, folks. I'm Dominic. I'll be driving us. Where are we from? Arizona. Cool. What about you, sir?
Tustin.
Tustin. All right. So we're all here to have fun. You're sitting in a piece of history. This vehicle right here made its debut in 1956. Very first motorized vehicle built for Disneyland. Designed and built by Mr. Bob Bear of the Walt Disney Studios in Burbank, California. Walt Disney himself actually used to drive this car around the park from time to time. Somewhat of a replica of a 1903 Franklin touring car. It's a horse's carriage. As we head up the street, we're going to hit speeds upwards of 5 miles per hour. So hang on, okay? You look excited. I'm really sorry to tell you that all the rides go this fast. All right, this way we know. Are you all ready to go?
Ready.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right.
By the way, it's Dapper Day weekend. So although it's early yet and it's Saturday, because the proper Dapper Day is on Sunday, we are going to see a few Dappers today. I am dressed accordingly, although I'm basically been dressing up every trip lately. I really feel like I want to get me one of those hats, those Peter Pan hats.
Don't worry, I'll take the microphone. It's okay. Don't worry. Yeah, I got you.
Actually, I might try.
Sorry, Maya. I think you rather have it be. Oh yeah, there was nothing on it. I was taking that microphone. Yeah. Nana tried. I tried to tell her they were sold out, but she had just seen it. That's what happened. I had already looked at the store. Yeah, they're sold out.
First Big, do you know where I can get one of those hats our driver's wearing? Like, is that something that I can get probably anywhere? At least looks similar to that. I know Disney has the conductor hat, like they wear in the red car trolley, but it's not exactly the kind of hat. I'm looking more the flatter style like he has. If you have any suggestions, or even what they're called, maybe I can find it on the internet if I knew what they were called, how to search for it. Look at all these construction walls. They put some more up over here this last week, right there. Carriage right there. He's got another group of passengers that he brought back up Main Street. Before we go to Tomorrowland, though, French Bake, I want to take you over here. Oh, look out. We've got people coming right for us. I wanted to show you something over here in Fantasyland in front of the castle. You'll notice that they took down or they moved the walls back and they lowered the curb. We're going to show you all that in detail in the upcoming construction video. But as I was taking video and pictures of all that we can see here, I noticed for the first time, and I don't know if it's ever or in a long time or what have you, but I just never really noticed it before because I was paying attention to the ground in the new paving stones and stuff, is that the time capsule's right here on the ground. As you approach, it would be right here in front of the curb. They did this on the 40th anniversary. It's a time capsule. And it says a time castle containing Disneyland memories, messages, and milestones lies beneath this spot. The Disneyland Time Capsule is dedicated to the children of the 21st century who may unlock in its contents on the 80th anniversary of Disneyland, July 17th, 2035. Only 16 more years to go, fans, before we get to find out what they put in there. I knew that they had a time capsule. I always knew that they had one here. But I never really paid attention to where it was. For some reason, I always thought it was further on, under the castle or on the bridge or something like that, and not out here. I cannot believe I never noticed that before, or paid attention to it, or showed you guys, or anything like that. Fascinating, isn't it? Still getting used to the horse-drawn streetcar going in this direction. Still getting used to that. That is a change. So we're going to continue on our plan of going on the Utopia first thing in the morning. But I did take that distraction with the horseless carriage. And I'll say this too, as we approach Tomorrowland, as we enter Tomorrowland, that it's one thing to be aware of the winds of your, you know, of your whim as you walk through the park. As we observed, I saw the car and I'm like, it's so cute. I love it. I love Main Street vehicles. It's one thing to have it and to experience it and to feel it, but then you have to act on it. You have to actually get in the car, and that's a thing that we often do. We'll notice how cute something is, or that we observe that we love it, and then we keep going. Dapper Dan's is a prime example. And I get it. Like I said before, you've got things to do, you've got places to go, but sometimes you want to do more than just observe it. I mean, sometimes that is enough. Sometimes do more. Sometimes stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing. Stop that momentum that's taking you into Tomorrowland for Autopia. Stop that momentum and get on that Main Street vehicle. And as I've mentioned before, and as I was saying earlier, it's a lot easier to do that when you go solo, as I did today. Because I'll tell you this. You know, whoever's been with me over the years on these trips have fallen victim to my wins, getting all over them, because we'll have oh, look at, they're coming up before us. Let's watch some ducks. God, I feel like I've got ADD right now. They had a purpose when they flew in here. I think he's clocking me. He was staring me down for a second. Sorry guys, I just took a moment to follow my own personal wins and post these ducks to my Instagram story, or the Fresh Baked Instagram story, but they're still going at it. They're definitely having some lunch or some breakfast right here in the Tomorrowland planter area. By the way, good place to do it, in case you didn't know. A lot of the plants that you see here in Tomorrowland are edible. So I don't know how to identify it, and some days, or one of these days, I will do that. I will do a video about all the edible plants here in Tomorrowland. They're a mixture of you can either eat them or you can use them for some other purpose, like a spice, or so they're somehow sustainable. They're somehow, you know, usable in a normal lifestyle. They change them though a lot, so it's hard to like pin down what they are, because sometimes there's strawberries, sometimes there's you know, avocados, or I don't know. I think those are avocado plants over here in the Tomorrowland Terrace. But I digress. We've got Autopia to do. I have got my ADD in full effect this morning, and I'm enjoying it. I wonder what all this stuff is. Somebody tell me. Maybe we gotta get this, maybe we gotta make this happen. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do, Fresh Baked. I am going to start a hashtag, I think, on Instagram, and I'll tell you what it is later. I don't know what it is yet. And then you guys help me identify them, and then we'll do a video about it. What do you say? That sounds like fun, right? Okay, heading to Autopia. This is fun. I like windy days. Nod, nod, wink, wink. I actually don't like the wind. I'm a golfer, and if you're a golfer, then you know what I'm talking about. I don't like the wind. Plus, it dries everything out. Ian had a funny comment today, because he's in Chicago for Star Wars Celebration, and I saw on his feed the other day, or last night, or this morning, I don't remember which. It's very windy in Chicago, and he says that's one thing he doesn't like about Chicago, is that it wreaks havoc on his Ian fro. It's not a good look for him, apparently. I think I've seen the one photo of him, and his hair was being crazy. Hey, they finished it. It's done. Okay, stand by, Fresh Bake. We've got lots more videos for you to see, so grab a churro and check out some of our other videos and have your mind blown by how much fun we're having. We truly are the best of Disney Bake Fresh Daily. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time. Fresh Baked!